What's up, gaming heroes? Welcome back to another awesome World of Warcraft video. My name is Erosium, and in today's video we're actually going to be looking at some of the mission table gold shenanigans. Alright, first of all, I just really quickly want to say thank you so much to all the patrons supporting me in the goal of trying to become a full-time content creator. I massively appreciate it. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. And I'm trying to, bring more guides to my website for you patrons and everything like that. So more to come there. All right, so mission table. The mission table, for the most part, you're going to be getting various different rewards. Now, it's really confusing to a lot of people, and a lot of people just don't understand the mission table. They think they do because of other, expansions of the mission table have been, different. But this one is so unique in its method that the majority of WoW players don't really understand it, and I've spent so much time just helping educate people on the mission table. And this is because people do not understand the adventure level. They don't understand that there's an adventure level even in the mission table. When you say to them, you just have to level up your mission table, they think that you're talking about upgrading it in the Covenant ranking system, of upgrading that Covenant, of upgrading that mission table to like level 3 or something like that. And then you tell them, my mission table's level 16 or level 17. And they're like, wait, what? How's that work? And suddenly it starts to click, oh, they're actually talking about something else. There's more to this than I thought. And that's what I'm really trying to get across to people is adventure levels change the reward of the mission table. So at first, when you go to the mission table, it looks crap because, you're getting 5 anima, you're getting like these chests which are worth 50 anima, and there's like 1 piece of trade good there. It's not really worth it. But as you level up your adventure level, you get harder missions that you have to have like higher level companions to complete. And these harder missions give better rewards. And as you continue to do more of these, you can continue to level up your adventure level until eventually you're getting some insane levels of loot, which is kind of, I would say I'm nearly there. I'm not quite there yet. And this is just on 1 character. It massively, massively, massively helps by just keeping at it. Keep doing a little bit each day. The way I like to do it is like do 2 to 3 logs per day where I log in, I do my missions, log out on each of my characters. And at the moment, I'm only doing it with 6 characters. I'm working on a 7th at the moment. But I typically find that, across my 6 characters, for not really much time at all, I'm just logging in and logging out. It's about 50 to 80k per week that I get in terms of gold, and I've only got 1 character that has like high level missions, and even then they're not even the highest. And this isn't even considering like the veiled runes as well, because I've been using all my runes at raids, and there's a lot of materials that I'm having to use from what I'm getting actually at my raids rather than just selling them all. So when you consider all the ones that you could sell, it starts to growing in gold. Then you consider all of the material flips. So this is where you take a material, you craft an item, and you sell it to a vendor for more gold than if you just sold the materials to the auction house. If you consider the material flips, these start to really exponentially increase your gold income from the mission table. But let's just keep it simple for a sec. When you get to the mission table, and you complete your missions and you're upgrading your adventure level. If you don't know where your adventure level is, if you've got the venture plan add-on, that's a venture plan, not adventure, just venture, VENTURE plan. Okay, venture plan. If you've got that add-on, which is on CurseForge, and it's not currently being updated, so occasionally it does have a bug, but don't worry about it. It's honestly better using it than not using it. It just gives you so much value and saves you so much time in completing your missions. You've got to really have that. If you have that, then you can see your adventure mission level at the top, and really easily you can kind of work out what you have to work on and what you have to improve on. Now, why did Blizzard make it so complex, the mission tables? I personally think they made it more complex because they wanted to add more interesting varieties of gameplay for the casual audience. So that is the audience who just like to log in and do your basic daily tasks each day, whether that's your daily quests, going off and finding adventure, that type of stuff. And they wanted to make it a bit more complex, and I think they also wanted to make it so it wasn't so easy just to make 100 alts and do this all at once. You had to put in a little bit of work. You had to get a little bit of anima going along to get it working. And at first the mission table isn't worth it at all, but that's the beauty of leveling it up, is when you have leveled it up, it becomes way more than just worth it. It becomes insanely worth it. And this is kind of like the beauty aspect of it. To make this easier, kind of in this video you'll see that I work on making some TSM strings to make my life a little bit easier. So right now on my main character I'm crafting a legendary which is like my highest legendary, my rank 6 legendary, and for all that I need Korthite crystals, and so I'm saving all my Korthite crystals where I usually would be selling them. But in my TSM strings you can see that I'm just basically mapping out every material that I get from the mission table. I stick it in a group on TSM, and then I create a mailing operation. And this mailing operation basically says, send it over to my priest, Erosium TV. And my priest is really simple. His job is to just sell the materials each week. And usually I wait until raid night, Wednesday or a Sunday, to sell all my materials. That's kind of like what I aim to do. And the reason for that is, if you look at, say, for example, veiled augment runes, which you get a lot of those on the mission table when you've leveled it up. If you look at these on the auction house, like right now, for example, being a Monday morning, it's worth 100 gold. However, if you go on a Wednesday evening or a Sunday evening, you'll find it's worth nearly 200 to 250 gold. So this is like a huge difference in just income alone. Then there's not even to mention that, selling the materials at that time as well. People are more desperate for materials, so they're just buying everything on the market. So you get a lot quicker sales. You get a lot higher sales as well, which is kind of like awesome in that regard, So that's a really important one as well. So this video was mainly just to get it across to you guys. The mission table is so worth doing. Just keep hammering at it, because I tell you what, in a 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month of doing it, you'll thank me, because you'll be at the higher levels of missions and you'll be making gold hand over fist. You'll be making so much gold that you can easily pay your WOW token without even trying or having to farm. Isn't that perfect? Isn't that just what we're all striving for? Not needing to farm gold, but the gold just coming to you. That's the ideal situation when it comes to gold making. So I really hope that you guys are kind of getting on that. Now, to address something else, I just released a leveling video not long ago. And this leveling video was me leveling on a paladin doing mining. And now I really like mining. I think it's something enjoyable. You can do this with herbs as well. And some people said to me, why didn't I get as much XP as you, etc, etc. The reason for that is it's rested experience. You don't really want to be leveling a character unless you've got rested experience. This basically, rested experience is where you park your character in a rested area and you log out. And then you come back at a later point and you have gained rested experience. And this rested experience is a set amount of bars of experience where you will receive double XP. Now, the reason I say use rested XP is just level up multiple characters. If you level up multiple characters, you can kind of swap. So whenever you've got a certain amount of rested XP on your mage and you've used up, swap to your paladin, use up all the rested XP on that character, swap to your druid, use up the rested experience, swap to your warrior. It makes it so much easier when you just balance it out like that. Trust me on that one, guys. Alright, so there you have it. That is my video for today. I just wanted to get across to you guys that I'm trying to spend more time talking about subjects that are more interesting to you as the WoW audience. I find at the moment a lot of people are interested in alts, gold making, pet farming, and mount farming. So, I really want to be talking about more of this subject. I'm also going to be releasing a lot more guides on Torghast and things like that. These are just something that I'm personally interested in. There's a lot of people out there who, you know, cry about Torghast being not as fun as they want it to be. No disrespect to you. I have a different viewpoint on World of Warcraft to a lot of people, and I've been trying to get this across to people. My viewpoint on World of Warcraft is this. I see World of Warcraft as a fridge full of ingredients, okay? I open that fridge door and I see all these ingredients and I'm like, what can I make with all of these ingredients? And I work it out. I find something that's really tasty to like cook with all these ingredients. And I go to the kitchen and I cook myself something nice. I eat it and I have a great time doing it. That's my thoughts on World of Warcraft. Now, I know there's a lot of other content creators who much prefer to open up the fridge, look at what's in there, and say, I'm missing this. I'm not happy about this. Slam the door, stamp my feet, hit on the floor, and they get angry. You know? I can't make anything with this. This is just not going to do. This isn't cricket. That's the way that they go about it. And I'm not just on about content creators, but content creators incite the word incite encourage other people to act in a similar way to you or act in a certain way. So when I say content creators, I think of like a couple of other content creators who just spend a lot of time complaining about what isn't in the game or what, you know, the game hasn't got, instead of actually spending a bit more time appreciating what the game does have and enjoying the game. And we all know that, you know, there is sometimes negative and constructive feedback is needed in a game, but it definitely feels nowadays like the balance has shifted from constructive to just toxic. And, you know, that's no good for anyone, really. So that's my viewpoint on World of Warcraft. And that's why I kind of like troll people in the comments when they're like just overly negative about World of Warcraft. If someone's negative about World of Warcraft, that's fine. But if you're negative about World of Warcraft in such a random way on my channel, I'm probably going to troll you because that's just the way I am. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave us a comment in the section below. If it's a funny comment, I'll put it in the next video. This is Erosium out, and I'll see you next time. Remember, if you want to check out my Patreon, massively appreciate any support there.